After so many Mopars, another small block Chevy in blue.
Welcome back to Nick's Garage. After a long, cold winter, there are some new cars in the shop at last, and a little more activity too. We're all being careful and keeping our distance, washing our hands, and we hope you are too. Nick is in his dyno room today with a Chevy small block a friend put together, and he's ready to make some tests.
And here we've got another Chevy small block on a dynamometer. It's a simple 350 small block Chevy that one of my friends, also a customer of mine, his name is Peter, he's been working on it for the past 2 years. He's got an 86 IROC Camaro, and of course his car is blue, and he's painted the engine blue just like his car. So it's very rare you see a blue small block Chevy in this very nice decor. So he's brought it in, he wanted me to make a test on it. So we're gonna make a test in a few minutes. I'm just gonna start up with the specifications in the monitor, warm it up, and we're gonna do some testing. And because my customer cannot be here today, we're still practicing social distance because since it's a small room, he decided to stay home and he's gonna watch it through the video that we're doing here right now. And it's equipped with aluminum heads. I don't know what brand they are. It doesn't matter, they're aluminum heads. And from what I know in this motor, it's got a hydraulic roller cam with the roller rockers are rated at 1.5. It's got the air gap intake with a 670 vacuum secondaries Holley carburetor. Can't wait to get this running. It's a budget 350 build-up that he's had for a couple of years that he's been working on it. So we're gonna get it started right now, warm it up, and then do some testing and see what he's got. According to Peter, this setup should make around 400 torque and maybe close to 400 horsepower, 380, 390, I'm not so sure. We're gonna get it started, warm it up, and let's do some testing and see what results we have. And you know what's more common and very popular is a small block Chevy. We had one last time, here we have another one. So small block Chevys are coming around here more often. It's very interesting. They make good horsepower. And this is Peter special, and I can't wait to get it started.
Don't be too surprised to see a Mopar guy like Nick with a Chevy small block on his dyno. After all, he's got a Camaro at home too.
Yes, I have a Camaro at home, 2002, LS1, Z28. They closed the plant in 2002, and of course I bought one brand new right here built in Quebec. I still have it, but now my daughter drives it. The Camaro 2002 is an LS series, which is completely different from this regular, most common first generation V8 from Chevrolet. You know, I may be a Mopar guy, but I still own a Chevy. And I bought it brand new. My brother Philip races a Dodge Challenger and a Chevy Camaro, both of them. One for NHRA Stalker and one for bracket racing, which is the Camaro.
Since 1955, they've made more than 100 million Chevrolet small blocks. There's a man in Wisconsin who's got over 1 million miles on the one in his pickup truck with no major repairs. Some people say, if we ever find the flying saucers down in Roswell, they're gonna open the hood and find a Chevy 350 in there.
Water pump to warm it up quicker. Low pressure, 8 pounds. We're good. We'll give it a few minutes, warm it up, and we're going to be doing testing very soon. It's going to be interesting to see small block Chevy again on the dynamometer.
Nick's dynamometer uses water flow to absorb the energy created by the engine. Through this transfer of energy, the water gets hot and is discharged. The garage is on a water meter, so Nick turns the valve on before every test and turns it back off afterwards.
Almost warmed up, 160, 161. Okay, let's get going. Let's make our first test. Here we go. I think it's warmed up enough. Here we go. We're going to start at 2,500 and go to 57. It went super lean, I had to shut it down. Oh yeah, I had to shut it down at around 5,000 RPM. I wanted to take it 5,700. It ran super lean, so I shut it down. I think there's something wrong with the carburetor. I'm gonna have to call my client on this because this is his carburetor and it's running super lean. I don't want to burn the pistons because when it runs super lean, it runs very hot, and of course we could cook the pistons. And for that reason, I've reached out the carburetor a lot more yesterday with bigger jets and made no change whatsoever. So for that reason, I'm not gonna go any further. I'm gonna shut it down, call my client, ask him if he wants me to go further testing with another carburetor or he has to have it replaced. Until then, I'm gonna have to wait to see what I can do. You know, I also want to tune the carburetor with his engine. It belongs to Peter, the carburetor, and I want to tune it to his engine that's gonna stay with. But for some reason, it runs too lean. I've richened it out. We had the same issue yesterday. We've richened out the jets, and we have again the same issue. I know it's a one single feed, and for some reason, it's not doing the job. Okay, I'm just gonna check one more. I just want to make sure I got enough fuel pressure on my fuel line. So I'm gonna start it up, let it idle, check my gauge. By the way, I could go and check over there behind the car, behind the engine. Here we go. It's good. See? Fuel 1, and then you go underneath here. I've got 7 pounds of pressure, so the pressure is good for the fuel line. I've got enough fuel pressure to feed the carburetor. So the problem is internally. I just wanted to double check. I want to make sure I got enough fuel pressure going through the carburetor on a 1 feed line. Looks like it's okay. So again, we're back inside the carburetor, so we have to look into it.
The dyno isn't just for finding max horsepower and torque. For Nick, it's an essential diagnostic tool.
We seem to be running very, very lean. My client told me that he's upjetted the carburetor by 4 numbers front and rear on this Holley carburetor. And for some reason, it's running super lean. Now maybe the vacuum second is not opening up or the vent is blocked. I don't know. So we installed the light on the camera overhead so we can take another look. So we're gonna make another test. So then we can take the video of this, see how this carburetor is performing. So let's make another test and see how it goes. And we've set another camera right here because I want to see those vacuum second discs open up. And the camera above with the light to see if the ventures are shooting fuel out. So let's make a test and find out what's going on. Let's see if it runs super lean again. We're gonna shut it down. This is what I'm looking at. Okay, so now we just made a video of another test, and now let's go back on the monitor in the engine room and take a look what's going on. And we want to see fuel going through these 4-barrel setup. So let's take a look. Here we go. Okay, let's see if we got fuel on all 4 barrels. So we have it filming here for full throttle, and here we go. Slowly going up. We've got fuel in the front ventures. Secondary is opened up. There we go. Oh my God, here we go. We got a problem here. We got 3 boosters feeding fuel and one of them doesn't shoot fuel at all. There's this problem right here. So it's a carburetor problem. It's nothing to do with the dyno feeding fuel. So I gotta tell my clients you got an issue with the carburetor, so he's gonna have to fix that, or I'll have to take care of it myself. And there we have it. Thank God for the overhead camera with the light. Okay, let's see. We have another camera right beside behind the carburetor actually, and we want to see if the secondaries open up, which I'm sure they do, but I want to physically see it right here, live with the camera. You can't beat it, man. Sometimes you can't see every mistake or every problems, but putting cameras at every angle on top of an engine in a dyno room is the best thing going. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they open up. We're good. Okay, so we know the problem is in the rear carburetor on the passenger side has no fuel whatsoever going through the venturi. Let's open up the carb, give it to my client, see what he wants to do with it. Thank God for cameras.
So there's some work still to be done on the blue Chevy small block. And there are lots of other projects, all makes and models, waiting for Nick's attention. Thankfully, this week, Nick received some much-needed parts, so he can keep things moving.
I just received a package today. I believe it's the heater core for the Roadrunner. So let's take a look. It should be in good shape. I've been waiting for this for a while because I wanted to put the heater hoses on the Roadrunner, which I couldn't because I didn't have a heater core. So I just received it after waiting such a long time. And let's see how it looks. Hope it's in good shape. Apparently it should be. Here we go. And this is the insulation pad. It's a brand new one, but it's slightly used, but you know what? It's gonna do just fine. And let's check the heater box itself. Wow, it's such a big box for this, eh? This came from Kingston, Ontario. Here's all the cables that I need. Let's see now. Here's one cable. You're going to need cables for the cold air, hot air door. Then you got defrost and floor. Here's the motor. It's a non-AC unit. Wow, we got a job here to put together, let me tell you. I've got a friend of mine's, Terry, up in Ontario, Gananoque. He gets me a lot of these parts for these B bodies. I gotta thank him. He had someone drive over here this morning to bring it over, which I'm very grateful. So now I can get going on that Roadrunner. He told me he's got all the cables for me. Got the vent cables, cold hot air door. So it's pretty good. And of course, we're not gonna use the same heater core. I've got a new one in stock, right here. Brand new heater core with a non-AC. You guys want to take a look? This is what it looks like. Here we are. How's it going there? Anyways, we got a job to do. We're going to replace the heater core. It's a brand new one here. You don't want to take an old one because it's probably rusted. You don't want to put it in the car, then you put antifreeze through it, and then after a while you see it leaking through the dash. So now that it's out of place, now's the time to change the heater core, which we're going to do in a few days. But in the meantime, I have it. I'm grateful to Terry for getting it for me. And of course, it's in very good shape. No broken parts on it. Nothing's missing. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Of course, he also sent me a few other pieces that I was looking for. I got the front sway bar. Then I've got the, I need swivels for the power brake because we've converted the car from a non-power brake to a power brake, so I need this behind the booster underneath the dash. Then he's also sent me the sway bar, which I got over there. Then you need the brackets to hold it in place. And I got to fix this. And of course the swivel. And I also asked for a few distributor bracket hold down for a small block. And of course I needed that ring with the ground for the horn for Pierre's car, which is a Roadrunner. Here it is. The other one he has is busted. That's why I didn't put the steering wheel back on. So now that I've got this piece also, I'm ready to start working on it next week. There you have it. We're in good hands. You know, once you have parts coming in, it's time to work. And I've been waiting for this for a few weeks because I couldn't drive out to Ontario because the border was closed between Quebec and Ontario. So 3 weeks later, I didn't have a chance right now to go pick it up. I don't know if it's open or not, but he had a driver that was delivering some other items to Montreal. So he also insisted on helping me out, bringing this over to Montreal, Laval, right here in our shop. So Terry, if you're watching, thank you very much. Because I remember the one I got with my car. It was all busted up in pieces. There's no way I could have restored it. Thank God for Daryl. He got me one. It was perfect shape. I had it restored by Stefan. And it's in A1 brand new condition on my car. And in this one here, let's take a look on the side that faces the passenger. Here's our heater resistor. We're probably gonna have to replace that. Anyways, look at this. It's got no body damage whatsoever. It's all there. It's all pretty good. It's all there. There's my horn button. I'll put it over there. Oh, it's in good shape. Look, nothing busted. It's in good shape. You know, it might look rough to you guys, but to me, this is great. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit before I install it. And these things, you know, you have to find them used. And apparently this is in very good shape. I'm so happy. Now I'm gonna change the heater core, get it cleaned up, and it's gonna be ready for installation. And you guys, if you look down below the video, we have a whole bunch of merchandise that you guys can buy. So whatever you like, buy it, love it, wear it, and enjoy it. And help spread the word of Nick's Garage. And if you have some time, check out our Patreon page. We have extra content and you guys can watch it and take it from there. And we'll see you next time.